Hey guys, so in today's video I am going to be showing you all how I did my very own first set of acrylic nails at home all by myself using the All-in-One Kiss French Acrylic Sculpture Kit. So the first thing I did was remove my nail polish, and of course I also buffed in my nails. I trimmed them and I got them prepped for application. So opening this bad boy up, this kit contains all you need to do your own acrylics at home. Of course, it brings the acrylic tips, acrylic brush, the cuticle pusher, acrylic liquid, acrylic powder, the glue to stick on your nails, a buffer, and of course the instructions. Then you are just going to select which tips fit perfectly on your nail bed. Also, I am using white tips, but they also have clear tips if you'd like. So I'm just going to be grabbing a clear bowl, and this is where I'm going to be putting in my acrylic liquid. It's just going to make it easier on myself instead of, dipping the brush in the actual bottle, which I do not recommend. I'm just pre-cleaning the acrylic brush, making sure there's no dust particles or anything like that. And then here I'm just taking off the protective seal from the acrylic powder. So of course you guys already saw me pre-selecting the tip, but I'm like really OCD about like this stuff. So I place once again the tip on the nail, and if I see like an edge is like a little bit too longish, or if it's rigid or whatever, I just grab a nail file and I just file it down to my liking and where it's going to fit a-okay. And then for using the glue, you do not want to apply too much glue, maximum 2 drops of glue, and then you are going to be spreading that evenly from edge to edge. And then I am just going to be repeating this process all the way through on all 10 of my fingernails. I am just using a regular nail clipper, and that's how I'm cutting the tips of my nails. Remember, have a pre-desired length in mind before you start cutting your nails. Do not cut them too long and do not cut them too short. Remember, we are going to be doing some filing before the acrylic and after the acrylic. So I am going to be using the file that the kit brought. This, I am just grabbing again the nail clip because I do not want to do unnecessary filing, which is just going to take up much more time and it's just going to burn out my hands by the end of the night. So what I did was I just grabbed my nail clip, and if I saw the nail too long, I made my life simpler and I just cut the tip off, and then I began the filing process. For this being the first time that I was doing my own first set of acrylic nails at home, I didn't want something that was going to be like ridiculously long or something. So I just went with something very natural in the shape of the nail and in the length of the nail. So I'm just making sure that both of my hands have an equal length on the nails. And here begins the acrylic process. So it's very simple, it's self-explanatory, but this honestly takes time and it takes practice. What I did is I watched a couple of, of nail gurus, like how they apply acrylic, and boy is this complex. It might look simple, but it is an art to do because holy shit, not only do you need to have practice in doing this, but you need to have control, because especially if you're doing it on your other hand and this is your first time doing it, good luck with that one, girl, because this is, it's difficult. It takes time and it takes practice, like I said, and it's doable. Trust me, it's doable. This was the first time that I was doing this at home. But I did it, and I freaking love how the results came out for it being the first time. So do not discourage yourself if it's not coming out the way that you want it to. because I will be showing you a trick if your acrylic comes out looking bumpy as heck. But all in all, what you need to do to apply the acrylic is, so you wet your sponge in the acrylic liquid, then you are just going to dry off one side, and on the side that you didn't dry off, you are going to be grabbing a bead of the acrylic powder. Then with that bead, you are going to be placing it on, let's say, on the middle side, on the lower side of your nail, or on the upper side of your nail. So here you see I am applying it on the lower side, and then I am just smoothing that out. Then to repeat the process, I have to completely remove all of the liquid, so that's why I have that tissue paper there. And this process I just repeat it throughout. And then I am right-handed, so this was me doing it on my left hand. You know, I was working with my left hand at this point, and honestly, like, no lie, you guys, I think I did a better job at doing it with my opposite hand that I work with, because as you guys can see right now in the clip, I pretty much just fly through all the fingernails, and the application process is pretty equal in each nail. You know, it doesn't come out looking like jagged or bumpy, and I fully apply the acrylic on all edges. So yeah, I was pretty darn proud of myself. And so far, this is what my nails look like. So here, once again, I am just grabbing the buffer and I am filing down my nails like I mentioned before. But we are not doing this hardcore like we did the first time. This is just to clean up any acrylic that might have, you know, slid off onto the skin on the sides or on the top of the nail. You know, this is basically like a clean up file process that we are doing. So remember that I mentioned earlier that there was this little trick that I was going to show you if your nails ended up coming up a little bit bumpy on the top, and this is it. You are just going to be using a buffer just to file them down a little bit, and it will come out looking smoother than a baby's bottom. So the last thing that we are missing is high gloss or top coat, however you want to call it. I am going to be using this one by this company, and it is super shiny. I love how this totally leaves my natural nails, and I love how this left my acrylics. And I'm going to be applying 2 coats of this. Ooh, so shiny! So then I just did this step just to be a little bit extra, and I added some super cute shiny stars on each of my ring fingers. So you guys, this is the end result. Oh my god, I just absolutely love how they came out, and I hope that you guys love how they came out too. For this being the first time doing this, I mean, I must say, I did a pretty darn good job. But with that being said, you guys, I love you. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys!